It didn't really happen. I didn't choose. I didn't sit there one day and think, I'm going to bring skateboarding to India. It was nothing like that. I don't make plans. I'm really bad at making plans.
British born and raised, Nick Smith has been building skate parks across India for years and has been pivotal in the rise of Indian skateboarding.
I like coming to India and I brought my skateboards. And I found it really difficult to skateboard because it's called sidewalk surfing. You don't have sidewalks, so you're in the road, there's cows, there's dirt, there's cars, trucks. So I thought I'm going to build something. And I built that thing in my garden in Goa, and it just seemed to start everything off. It seemed to be the start of the scene. And for me, it sort of goes back to when I was a kid. When there were no skate parks, so we used to put a piece of wood up against the wall. So that whole kind of DIY, make it yourself thing has always been in my kind of DNA. You just have to repurpose and do stuff like that.
जब भी साइकिल चलाता हूँ ना तो मैं सब भूल जाता हूँ। ये नहीं सोचता कि उसका लैम्बोर्गिनी, उसका कार है, उसका बाइक है। मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि जो मेरे पास है ना वो किसी के पास नहीं है।
Born and raised in one of the grittiest neighborhoods in Bombay, Praveen Habib's story is not of the rising ghetto star. It's a story of resilience in a city that has no time to spare for your passion.
अभी तक तो मेरा बहुत सारे इंटरव्यू है, पर ये चीज़ किसी ने पूछी नहीं और ये चीज़ मैंने कभी किसी को नहीं बताई। तो आज बता रहा हूँ। बचपन में ना मतलब छोटा था मैं और हम लोग ना चोरी भी करते थे। तो मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, वो मेरा फ्रेंड मेरा एक साइकिल चोरी करके लेके आया था और उसने मेरे को बेची थी। तो मेरे वहाँ से मेरा साइकिलिंग का ऐसा वो चालू हो गया। हमेशा मुझे लोग टोकते हैं, कब तक करेगा तू, आगे जाके क्या करेगा, क्या मिलेगा। तो बहुत इरिटेट करते थे उन लोग मेरे को कि कब तक करेगा। उन लोग मेरे को डीमोटिवेट करते थे। मैं बोलता था कि अरे यार, सचिन तेंदुलकर, धोनी, दो बच्चे का बाप अगर क्रिकेट खेल सकता है तो मैं क्यों नहीं साइकिल चलाता जब मेरे बच्चे होंगे तो।
In 2018, our federal government set aside $262 million for its Khelo India program to be spent on developing sports infrastructure. But extreme sports did not make it to the list of the Sports Authority of India, who oversee this program.
What is extreme? Like in our Dahi Handi is extreme sports in India. You know, like where is our extreme sports? Like there is. I mean, it's not like we do not have like mountains and we do not have cliffs that you can dive out of, or you know, we have all of it, but there's just no infrastructure. I mean, I guess because like it's been such a struggling country for so long that people aren't looking at it in terms of like no proper thought has gone into like actual development. Hopefully in time it will happen, but it's been really slow.
ट्रेड करने के लिए यहाँ पर अगर मैं कोई रोड पे या कोई जगह पे कर रहा हूँ तो लोग कंप्लेंट करते थे और एक बार दो बार मैं पुलिस स्टेशन में मेरे को पकड़ के लेके भी गए हैं। ओके, और अगर पार्क करना है तो यहाँ पर पार्क नहीं है, डर्ट करना है तो डर्ट के लिए भी कुछ नहीं है और फ्री स्टाइल तो हो ही नहीं सकता बिकॉज फ्री स्टाइल में तो 3-4 माले कैसे रैम्स से होता है, मतलब वो एयर में ट्रिक्स होता है।
Growing crews, increasing brand and media interest have got the wheels rolling. But that is not enough for sustenance.
There was a thing, I won't mention the brand, it's very tempting to do. But a few years ago when a brand launched here, it was a footwear brand and they were a very big footwear brand. It wasn't these, by the way. Although the Van Starter launching in India wasn't particularly wonderful either. But they got a bunch of kids to do, everybody used to skate in a Palm Beach school, Napier School, a derelict building. And they got a bunch of guys to go and do some breakdancing there, to skate in the pouring rain. Not only did they not get paid, but they got the sneakers and the apparel taken off of them at the end of the event. And what's really tragic is these guys that just got royally rogered were still posting it on their own social media. They're that hungry for a bit of attention. The brands are going to do whatever the brands do. They're limited by marketing budget. They're also limited by the fact they're fresh out of marketing school and they have no idea about how to market skateboarding. None. They just know that if they're in a brand that is sort of related to skateboarding, they should do something for skateboarding. My personal approach is rather than go to brands with any kind of expectation or request, it's ridiculous. You just do an event and you tell the brands, I'm doing this. Do you want to be part of it? There's a phrase that I love skateboarding so much. I hope it dies. Because then it can go back to being what it is, as opposed to what it happens when brands come on and try and buy it and shape it and mold it and Olympify it and all that other sort of stuff that goes on.
There is budding talent in India, but now it's left up to the communities to use their own ingenuity and resources to grow and shape its future.
But there's all these kind of little things that are sort of bubbling up under the surface, and each one of these things will involve a bunch of people. And each time there's a skateboarding crew set up, or even a business or something like that, the marketing is this. The marketing is the filming of the tricks. So then filmers, editors, photographers, content curators, then there's all these kind of little sort of peripheral activities that can be gainful employment for a bunch of people in the scene. So it's not just, you don't have to be the professional skateboarder. In short, what I'd really like to create is a kind of a can-do hub, which could hothouse sort of startups that are peripheral to culture, that could advise young artists, that could advise young artists, be they hip-hop artists or young wannabe professional skateboarders, about how to represent themselves, what to ask for so they don't get ripped off by brands, etc. because it happens a lot.
मैं पहला बंदा हूँ कि जो इंटरनेट पे सिखाता हो हिंदी में। हाय गाइस, दिस इज प्रवीण अभी फ्रॉम टीम ईटी, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज का जो अपना एपिसोड है वो पेडल टाइम मशीन के बारे में। बिकॉज मेरे को इंग्लिश नहीं आती और मैं बाहर का वीडियो देखता था ट्यूटोरियल में, तो वो जो भी बड़बड़ रहा है कुछ समझ रहा नहीं मेरे को। बोला अरे अगला क्या बोल रहा है, और मुझे इंग्लिश आती नहीं थी, तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि जैसे मैं अनाड़ी हूँ वैसे और भी लोग अनाड़ी होंगे इस इंडिया में, तो मैंने उन लोग के लिए हिंदी में चालू किया। और हिंदी में क्यों चालू किया? क्योंकि हिंदी सबको समझती है।
Sports is something that the country needs. There's so many of us. If you can actually put them into sports, then they're at least meaningfully employing them into doing something, and not going onto the streets and stealing people, like you get into like positive sort of, sports is the best thing that you can do with your younger generation.
Don't get it right. I'm not trying to pretend I'm some kind of skateboarding sadhu. I'm as big a dick as anybody else, but I just try and remember to just try and stay a little bit humble and try and remember that it's not all about me, even though it's my name on the poster. Scam too.
अगर BMX में नहीं होता तो मेरे को पता नहीं, मैं शायद कुछ गलत इंसान बन जाता या कुछ पता नहीं। जैसे मैं बचपन में था मारामारी करना वगैरह, तो शायद मुझे लगता कि मैं वैसे ही रहता। और जो BMX शो के लिए कॉल नहीं आते, फिर किसको मारने के लिए मुझे कॉल भी आते, भाई इसको मारना है उसको मारना है, मुझे तो ऐसे ही लगता है।
Nick's efforts have given skateboarders a community to coexist and grow through many DIY events and initiatives. On the other hand, sportsmen like Praveen Habib will need all the encouragement to continue promoting the sport. It's great to know that extreme sports are here to stay, but it will continue to be viewed with suspicion by peers, brands and sports authorities. Currently, the fate of Indian extreme sports exponents lies with its audience.